Game number 4 of this year's MSI in London here in the Copperbox Arena, and it's the Golden Guardians from the United States, the second seed of the spring playoffs, going against GAM Esports, the winner of the spring playoffs in the VCS from Vietnam.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And it's debut for the Golden Guardians as they play their first match on international stages, going against GAM Esports, the team that has already competed in the Worlds last year. So let's just start with the lineup for the newcomer from the United States. It's Licorice playing the Poppy in the top lane, River in the jungle, he's playing the Viego. Gory goes with the Ahri in the mid lane for this first game, and it's Stixay and Hui in the bot lane on Zeri and Set. As for the first seed from Vietnam, it's Kiaya, he plays the Gwen in the top lane, Levi, he's on the Gragas in the jungle, Kati, he plays the Tristana in the mid lane, and for them in the bot lane, it's Style on the Xayah, and Zin, he's playing the Nautilus. And whoever comes up with the victory in this match will go against Billy Gaming in the next round, the team that showed such an outstanding performance against Movie Star R7 in the game earlier this day. And we hop into the 4th minute of this game, where we see both top laners pretty low on HP, and River, he's invading the bot side jungle of GAM Esports, as we see Levi on the Gragas, closing in for a gank on Licorice. GAM, they will go for an early dive, and there's nothing for the Golden Guardians top laner to do against this attack. But the scene continues uncutted in the bot lane, where River comes by for a gank to make this a 3v2. But Zin, on the Nautilus, he roots Hui, who gets them slain by Style. As the teleport from Cardi comes in, Zin, he's now behind River, followed by Cardi. But they will not manage to catch and bring down the Viego. But for GAM, what stays is a second kill of the game, and we're now moments later as GG tries to claim the Chemtech Dragon for themselves. As Levi on this Gragas is on the top side jungle, River, now accompanied by Hui, can take down this one without any contest. The Rift Herald, that is next on the menu, and it's Golden Guardians in a position to take the second objective of this game as well. As both supporters, Hui and Zin, they've left the bot lane to assist their teams in this one. But Zin stays in the mid lane and helps Cardi on the Tristana to push the minions under the turret. Gory and Hui now move in to prevent this, and it's Stixay who suddenly appears from the bot side jungle. Zin already low flashes out, and it's Cardi taken down by Stixay for the first kill of the Golden Guardians on an international stage. So they take the Herald, plus a kill that goes to their ADC. As we see them now, setting up a good position for the Hextech Drake. Zin, Levi and Style, they're in the vicinity, but the dragon is about to be taken by River. As Zin catches Hui, who then goes in for the showstopper. And Gory, he chomps Levi with his Ahri. And the GAM jungler is taken down. And so is Zin. And Cardi, who came by with his Tristana, is also taken down. And so GG, they collect 3 kills. It's only Style and the Xayah who could manage to get away there with his life. And now River, he places the Rift Herald in the bot lane, as we see Kiaya just getting his base recall through. And the tier 1 turret in the bot lane for GAM now, with only half HP left. Where we are again, just a minute later, and it's Style in an awkward and also dicey situation, encircled there by Stixay, Hui and River. And he's under the tower, probably counting the seconds until the screen will turn grey. Hui gets closer, and what is left for Style to do there? He activates his Feather Storm, records the remaining ones, and gets slain, but almost takes down Stixay as well. But still, a 1k gold lead now for the Golden Guardians. As we now see here, Deja Vu in the top lane. It's Kiaya and Levi going for Licorice. And he's already below half HP, but also is Kiaya. Can the Poppy survive this? Yes, she can, as she takes the Gragas for a ride in the Poppycopter to the Herald Pit. And down to the other pit we go, where the Infernal Drake spawns as the third one, as in the mid lane. The Herald appears to wreak havoc and destruction on the mid lane turret of GAM Esports. The Golden Guardians now moving away from the Herald play to the Dragon Pit. As GAM is not following to contest the objective, but instead going for the isolated Licorice. But he again activates the Keeper's Verdict to throw the Gragas to another map. And so the team from North America, they can secure the third dragon. And now they're only one shy of the Infernal Soul. In the meantime, it's Kiaya in the top lane taking down the T1 there. And although GG is clearly up in terms of dragons, it's still an even match without a clear favorite so far. Almost 18 minutes into the game, we see both teams lurking around the topside jungle of GAM, looking for an angle to engage in a team fight. But instead of this, it's Cardi on the Tristana on the bot lane taking down the tier 1 turret there, as his opponent Gori on the Ahri is doing so as well in the top lane. So we will wait for the next dragon or the Baronesha to see which team will have the upper hand in this one. As we now see here, Cardi on his way back, he's getting trapped by Gori. He teleports amidst his escape route as River is sneaking in from below. The Spectral Maw stuns the Tristana. The follow-up damage by the power of the Divine Sundara is huge, and Gori finally takes down Cardi with his Q. Into the mid lane we go as the Baronesha is already up and the dragon about to spawn as Huey starts the team fight with his ultimate. And now all hell breaks loose on the GG supporter. He gets slain. But so does the Gragas of GAM, who flashed into 3 members of GG. Cardi now taken down and Style gets charmed and finally killed by Stixay for a double kill for the Zeri. Only Kiaya and Zin can make their way out. And now it's Dragon Soul for the Golden Guardians. They take 4 out of 4 dragons. And now they're in the driving seat for this game. And they will go to take the Baronesha as well. They started, and it's getting lower and lower, already below half HP. GAM, the advance is 4. Levi, he's lurking outside the Herald Pit. As Licorice, he goes in stuns, and ults the Gragas away from the pit. Now the follow-up team fight Zed, he's going in with his ult. And Gori on this Ahri, he's doing so much damage for the double kill. Levi is getting killed by River, and it's Stixay taking down Kiaya. And it's an ace for GG. The red carpet now rolled out for them into the GAM base with the Baron buff. They take down the mid lane T2. Now going for the inhib turret. It's fallen as well. Now the inhib itself. That is nothing more stable than a sandcastle on the beach. And within 2 minutes, the Golden Guardians, they've practically put this game out of reach for GAM. And now they're looking to open up a second lane to crash into the base and end this game 1. As Licorice, he recalls to defend the top lane against Kiaya, and Gori roams towards mid lane to push the minion wave in from there. And so it's River, Hui, and Stixay in the bot lane, in front of the inhib turret. Gori, he's now in the mid lane, is courting a super minion wave. Will we have a 4v4 team fight incoming now? Stixay deals some damage on Cardi, and he's almost only at half HP. In the mid lane, GG just 1 wave away from the Nexus turret. And as you can see on the bottom right screen, it's still Licorice and Kiaya battling in top lane. As GG now breaks into the base through the bot lane. The inhib turret falls, and GAM, they have to fall further back under the Nexus turrets. The bot lane inhib gone to pieces as well. Can the Golden Guardians end this game right here, right now? For GAM Esports, they're not allowed to make the slightest mistake in this situation. As the top laner Kiaya recalls back into the base to join the fight. So in a couple of seconds, the Golden Guardians, they will be outnumbered and they have to disengage, but only for now. Because only half a minute later, we will find ourselves again back with GG as they push the top lane, taking down the tier 2 turret, and now continue to move towards the top lane inhib turret. But they will not break into the base from there, but instead decide to run towards the mid lane, where we find ourselves now. Where it's GAM pushing back 4 members of GG, except for Hui, who they can't see, and he comes in with the showstopper. It's a trap! It's a trap from the golden side of the force, and they have aced GAM Esports. The Golden Guardians, they walk into their base. They will crush the Nexus turrets, plus the Nexus, and they will take game 1 of the series. And it hasn't took them long to find their feet on an international stage as they defeat their first opponent from the VCS. Game number 2, and now it's GAM Esports starting from the blue side. The question is, can they strike back in this one? They will have to fight for the objectives, because in the last game it was Golden Guardians taking all 4 dragons, all 2 Rift Heralds, plus 1 Baron Nashor. Let's have a short look at the lineups for both teams. It's Kiaya on the Fiora, Levi, he plays the Wukong in the jungle, and Cardi, he's on the Orianna. As in the bot lane, it's Style and Xin, and they play the Zeri and the Braum. As for the Golden Guardians, it's only River in the jungle who stays with the same champion as in the game before. He's on the Viego again. For Licorice, it's the Renekton. Gory chose the LeBlanc. And Stixxay, he's on the Tristana as Hui. He plays the Amumu. So let's see whether this best of 3 will end after 2 games, as did all other 3 matches in this round 1 of the play-in stage. We're 5 minutes into the game as River snatches away the trap just right before the eyes of Levi, and now he follows him deeper into its jungle. The Raptors are pulled out, and both junglers now, they're fighting for each minion they can get. As it's the supporters of both teams coming closer, and by the help of Xin, River is getting pushed back so that Levi, he can secure himself his chicken. But as we move further down into Hui, he stuns Levi and then takes the blast cone to take the Braum with him over this wall. River and Stixxay with a follow-up damage, and it's first blood going to the Golden Guardians. As in the mid lane, Gory and Carti in a fight, and Carti is getting rooted. He's getting lower, but also Gory below half HP. As both mid laners decide to disengage, not risking everything. And after taking down Xin, GG now, they try to use the tempo to take down the first dragon of the game. Levi, he will not be in the vicinity fast enough to deny River this objective. Half a minute later, we see Hui in the bot side River, as River himself, he's taking down his blue buff to then immediately join their Mumu, who's in danger, in a 1v2. Stunned by the Braum, and Style, he's dealing damage to him, but then switches the target for the Viego, and it's Carti on the Orianna, finally taking him down, as the Braum of Xin gets slain by Gory. And both teams are trading 1 for 1 in this situation. We move on as the Herald spawned after 8 minutes and is already attacked by Licorice and River. The domination and taken objectives continues here for GG, as GAM Esports, they are going to let go on the living battering ram. But instead it's Style and Xin in the bot lane, taking plate number 1 and 2 of the turret. So we will have a look at the next scene, taking place almost 2 minutes later, in the mid lane, where Carti and Gory each joined by their supporters, and Style and Stixxay, they are having a little 1v1 in the bot lane. And so do Levi and River on the Wukong and Viego. As for GAM, it's the Orianna and the Braum first to the scene to help their jungler. But River, using Flash and his ult to escape the certain death. But Gory and Hui, they now join the fight and they take down the Wukong. As Sin now activates his Glacial Fissure and knocks out River and Hui. And River falls, but so does Carti almost simultaneously as he was taken out by Stixxay. 2 for 1 trade in favor for GG, as we now find ourselves again back in the bot side jungle, now fighting for the Hextech Drake. River, he has already started it, now joined by Hui and by Stixxay. It's Levi, Xin and Carti and GAM. They need an objective, but this one is gone as well. It's the second Drake in this game that goes to Golden Guardians. So in total, all 6 dragons of both games have yet gone to the team from North America. In addition, they have summoned the Rift Herald, which is stomping its way to the bot lane turret of GAM Esports, charging and headbutting right into it. As we skip over the next 2 minutes, we're now almost in 50 minutes of this game, where River already started to take down the next Herald. But GAM, they want to have a say in this one as Levi dashes in on River and Stixxay. But so do Gory and Hui into the back lane of GAM. And now both the Wukong and the Amumu stunned and taken down. River is sent to the death screen. It's those Kiaya just a couple of seconds later by Stixxay, who's now going for Style. And he takes down the Zeri for a triple kill. Now going for Carti to take the Quadra. But it won't be enough. It's Gory taking down the Orianna. Great team performance there by the Golden Guardians again. And it's only Xin for GAM on his Braum who managed to get away, as GG now takes down the mid lane T1. And we hop into the top lane a minute later, where we see Licorice and Kiaya having a little skirmish. But it's the Rift Herald summoned in the bot lane by the GG jungler. They challenged the attention of GAM, because now they have to bring down this little fellow. so that River can claim the third Drake of the game for his team as well. Both teams now pushing the side lanes, as it's Kiaya, Levi and Zin in the top lane for GAM, and GG in the bot lane, taking down the T2 with the help of the Herald. So it's one tower taken down by each team, but for GG they are already one step closer to the enemy's base, as now the Herald gets off another charge on the inhib turret of GAM. So the team from North America, they're in advantage in this game as well, as they've already collected 3 dragon buffs, and now Gory is taking the 4th turret for his team, as we are now about to hop over into the 21st minute of this game, where we see the Fiora and the Renekton having a little dance between River and Tier 1 turret, as Kiaya cues in on Licorice, followed by the Fiora E, and now the grand challenge begins. But the Renekton is protected by his tower, as the situation gets even more delicate for Kiaya, because now River on this Viego decides to pay both a visit. And the Fiora now in big trouble between 2 brushes. It's a 2v1 in favor for GG. Kiaya tries to cue his way out of there, as Carti is about to teleport in to save his top laner, but he gets slain already. And now Carti in a 1v3 has to get away there. It's River following him. Can he bring down the Orianna, as now Zin and Levi come by to help? It will be enough for GAM, at least to not lose another member of their team. And we will skip half a minute to now be in the mid lane, where it's Levi and Style trying to fend off the onslaught from the Golden Guardians. Licorice and Styx are getting closer as River is pushing the minions. As we see Gory now there, waiting for an ambush that he commits on Style. Under the tower, he's taken him down and managed to get away. Plus the T2 in the mid lane falls as well. So now the Golden Guardians stand in front of the base in 2 lanes. Plus, they will acquire the Dragon Soul again in this game. So where's the silver lining for GAM Esports to win this one and take this series to a 3rd game? Maybe it's this Baron. The team from the VCS hasn't managed yet to take just one objective away from the Golden Guardians. Well, this looks good, as the Baron is already so low, and they'll take it, but now the follow-up team fight, they have to win this to keep the Baron buff alive. So it's Zin and Levi going for Huey, and they manage to take down the GG support. But at the same time, they lose Style, and they're now without an ADC. River flashed over the wall and kills Levi, as Gory and Styx, they manage to take out Kiaya. And now only Carti and Zin on the Orianna and Braum, the last living members of GAM, that retain the Baron buff for the team. But their base is now in danger. Can they use their empowered recall to reach the fountain in time to defend their inhibs from the charging members of GG? But no, they can't, because Licorice and Gory are already there. Licorice almost got slain, but Gory deals so much damage with his LeBlanc dash on Zin and then on Carti. But he gets stunned, and now the Renekton comes back in. And Carti and Gory, they trade 1-for-1. And now it's only Zin left with the Baron buff, and he's taken down as well by Licorice. The Nash buff has just vanished for GAM, and in addition they lose a Nexus turret, but at least they can fend off GG for the moment. But the moment of calm will not last long for GAM, as the Golden Guardians return about a minute later, having an advantage on items and on levels, and they're finally looking to end this series here and now. 4 members of GG in the bot lane, as Gory gets isolated and chased towards the top side. He can dash away there, but only for the moment, as Style takes him down. But in the meantime, the rest of GG has finally managed to take down the bot inhib. Going for the last standing Nexus turret now, although being outnumbered. And the turret gets so low, but it still stands with 10 HP. As the skirmish between the 2 teams begins in front of it, as Huey cues in on Levi. The Amumu gets stunned but activates his stopwatch. As Styxay kills Levi and Zin for the double kill. Makes it to triple as he takes down Kiaya. No quad round Carti, and he collects the pentakill. First pentakill of the tournament goes to Styxay on the Tristana. And the Golden Guardians, just like all teams before, managed to take down their opponent in round 1 within 2 games. And we will see them in the upper bracket of the play-in stage, as they will face BLG, and for GAM they will have to go to an elimination match against Movie Star R7.
Chase the sun, we gotta move, follow the tempo, gotta take it ice with